Hey, welcome back to No Matter Garage. We're on a road trip this week to beautiful North Carolina. Yes, me and cameraman Jacob, some other family members. We're down here working on a 1984 Toyota pickup. It's not a T100 or a T150. It's a pickup. I don't get it. It's a pickup. They called it pickup. So we see some weird stuff on the way down here. We saw Oscar Minor Mobile. So about 300 plus tires on this. We lost count at 300 shredded tires on the side of the road in the state of Ohio. That's kind of weird. There it is. Tire number 300.
Woo!
You're done counting?
Yes.
You're done. Yeah, and just down the block, we saw a copperhead snake, and I'm like, no kids, this is not like the garter snakes at home. That thing bites your leg that turns black. Right?
Yeah.
We went to the ocean. Oh, it's cameraman Jacob. But for this week's main attraction, we're going to work on my daughter's truck that was involved in a rollover in her driveway. Nobody was hurt. So let's get into it. This is the worst of it right here. This little A-pillar got pancaked. I'm just going to cut it out, pound it out, and weld it back in. Yep, we're at the point of no return. So I'm taking this vice grip and I'm moving this little ridge back up to where it should be. A little at a time. You can see it starting to curve there. And my daughter Jenny spent a lot of time pulling this corner out with this and pins like this, and as a result, the area behind here is like Swiss cheese. So we cut out a new piece here and tack it down. Now I'm going to cut out the outline with the Dremel tool so it can get in there, and then we'll weld this up. This piece here, this is the one we had cut out, and we welded that back in, and it's pretty good. It's just about the right shape. The door opens and shuts like it should. We sprayed some weld-through primer in here, give it a good coating before we put the replacement piece in. Get that little piece welded in place. So that's what it looks like after we get done grinding it. I put down some metal etching primer to eat into the metal, and I like to put that down over the bare metal before I do any kind of body work. And then I lay down a skim coat of Bondo, and then what I like to do is go back with the black marker and just hit the areas I need to hit again. It's a lot easier to do that before you have some body filler that's curing. Cameraman Jacob is over at Camp Lejeune swimming in the pool. He said something about the neighbor girl, wanting the neighbor girl to join. Not sure what that's all about, but I'll have to keep my eye on that. At this point, we're gonna take some high build primer, put that on there. It does two things. It fills in any little cracks or imperfections, and then the other thing is it will give us a visual guide as to how the body work is actually turning out. Is it straight? Does it need work? All right, so cameraman Jacob's back from frolicking at the pool yesterday. How'd that go, Jacob?
Good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody special in particular go with you to the pool?
Jenny. Nessa.
And?
Mom.
Yeah.
Abby.
Yeah.
Lena.
Yeah.
And Jenny's neighbor, Chloe.
Oh. Hey, how you doing?
She's 12.
Okay. How old are you?
14.
No, that's perfect. Anyways, as I was saying before I was interrupted, my daughter Jenny bought this replacement fender. It's a original fender. It's not a reproduced job, and it's really, really good shape. There's hardly any rust, if any at all. So I sanded all this out and everything. So I was a little bit curious when she asked me the other night, have you put the fender on the truck yet? And my reply was, no, I haven't put it on the truck yet. Why would she be asking me? There must be something wrong. Although I didn't ask her what the problem was. I figured I'll find out soon enough. So we put the fender on the truck, and it looks like this fender here is not matching up with the door. Yes, none. Door's got a problem. So we're gonna hook up a strap that's gonna go from this door corner to the back of this truck, and we're gonna give it a little tug. I just want everybody to know before we start this was Jacob's idea. Okay, just easy, just barely go forward. Okay, a little bit. All right, go ahead and pull it a little more. The lesson here is, if you work up enough courage and you suspend better judgment temporarily, you can do amazing things. Isn't that right? He's trying to get that strap off. You just keep working on it. So here's where we're at. Around the windshield, I got a couple coats of etching primer, and I'm gonna follow that up with primer sealer and then some paint. We're gonna try to get the windshield in, and my time is running short here, so we just want to get it where she can drive it. This fender, like I said before, it's pretty good. It does have a dent down here, right in here, and I think I'll leave that to Jenny. That's a good one to try to take out. Shouldn't be too bad taking the fender off, and that's well within her skill set. So everything else is blocked out, front to back, ready for primer sealer. Just some areas that were problematic from the impact, and got all this squared away here. After test fitting this thing about, I don't know, 100 times, I think we're ready to finally try to install it. I've got cameraman Jacob, and daughter Jenny. Salute, Jenny! First Lieutenant Marine. Yeah. And Hot Mama over there.
Heck yeah.
Hunter, the advisor, is here
You
as
get
well.
to be a part of it. He's doing the supervisor. He's
Do you
the
think it's
supervisor.
gonna work? Do you think? No. It's not.
Oh, and who else you got? Look, we got another innocent bystander. Making a return visit.
It's a
A
squirrel.
return visit.
It's a cat.
It's Lola.
Lola squirrel.
Look at her.
She looks like a raccoon.
She sees that.
So here we go. Here we go. You ready, Jacob?
Yes.
I'm gonna throw this puppy up here.
Okay.
I've had to move some of this metal around, compensate for the curvature of the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of
We could give her a better.
booming and banging with the big hammers and the piece of blocks of wood. And we're pretty confident we got everything where it should be right now. So we're gonna give it a shot here. So we got the windshield pre-positioned. Hopefully we pull these ropes here.
Let me get it.
We're gonna grab that lip all the way around and no problems. Right back. Fingers crossed. You guys ready to go? Inside team?
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Cameraman Jacob?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright. Hunter? Hey, Hunter, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's good. That's good. That's okay. It just needs to clear over. You need to put pressure down on here. It's looking good.
Wait, got the windshield installed. How many attempts was that? Many attempts?
18.
18, 20?
You were down.
It's like 40, 50?
1,892.
Ooh, that's a lot. We ended up cutting the cord in two. We're trying to pull it around and then head down this way. But that didn't work because then the whole windshield shifted down. It wouldn't fit. So we ended up cutting the rope in two and then splitting it down the middle and pulling one rope this way and the other rope that way simultaneously, which helped to center the windshield, and we got it in. Now we're putting in this valance. We got it bolted down. We got a rope underneath this little lip here, and Jenny is going to attempt to make it work.
See? Put a little bit of pressure.
Should get easier as it goes. You want me to grip it from here?
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's gotta pull. You gotta pull up on it. Oh, there you go. Is it? We're losing it. No, no, there it is. Nope, it's. You gotta push down.
It's not your fault. That's failed that time. It's not. Okay, it kind of is.
It's not your fault at all.
You're just trying to help.
You're just a scapegoat for both of us.
I'm here with my daughter Jenny. She's the owner of this fine truck. And why don't you tell me a little bit about the truck? Where'd you buy it? Where did it come from? Why did you buy it? All of that.
I don't know why I bought it.
What?
I don't have a reason. I just like it. It's a cool truck. I love how it stands. I like the smaller version of these trucks. Like this is a great size for a person like me.
Where did the truck come from?
Nevada. Some retired Marine had it. He had it out there. I don't know for how long. He's like the second owner. So there's like no rust on the body. He only drove it up to what do you call them?
National parks.
Yeah, national parks.
Right.
And yeah, not a lot of miles. I think there's only like what, 70,000 miles on it now? 70, yeah. Just about to hit 71,000 miles.
It's a very low mileage, super clean truck, no rust on it. I showed you guys the bolts earlier. Coming out of the seats, there's virtually no rust on it. It's incredible.
1984 truck.
So after a lot of wrestling, with test fitting, we got the windshield in.
Yep.
We got the valance in.
Yep. With the windshield wipers, that was a nightmare. Not really, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. Then we got the gave it the water test. Just gave the truck a wash. Didn't leak at all, thankfully. And so let's go to the other side here. Hi, Hunter. How are you? Huh? How's your road trip going? Great. So on this side, you scored this really nice fender. It's got a couple dents down in here that you're going to take out.
Yep.
And the doors blocked out. It's pretty good. There's a little sanding here.
Yeah.
This should be all done, ready for paint up here. The top should be ready for paint. Glass lays in there real natural.
Gotta install this guy here.
Yep, gotta install that. From here back it looks good. That's all blocked out. Just gotta scuff it and paint it.
Yep.
So is that your plan then?
It is.
You're gonna paint it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the plan.
You're gonna paint it. And
yes.
There you go. Here you go.
Yes, I'm gonna paint.
You're gonna paint the truck.
Yep.
And I have a lot of confidence.
You know, it's not hard paint, right?
No,
this is all flat.
It's a single stage. It's not flat. It's just it's all single stage. You're not base coat, clear coating. So we got the color codes. We'll get that from the color library. Order up some paint, and then you can shoot that.
Right.
I got you a gun, so should be good to go there. I wonder what the old timer would think of this.
He probably wouldn't be happy.
You don't think so?
Yeah, if you're gonna show him footage of the truck where it was,
Yeah.
he'd probably
No.
what the?
We already shot that, but so now I'm just like. That's what I thought.
Hey, you know what though? I didn't get rid of the Semper Fi sticker. That thing's gotta be. Probably
Where is it?
It's on the topper.
Oh, it's on the topper. You don't have one in the cab though.
And then when the topper goes on, it has one in the rear. But that one's probably just as old as the truck.
Then you got
The
double.
Semper Fi ticket.
You get double coverage, and you're covered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and the interior is all got a lot of the bits put back together, and we got this piece put in yet. There's your antenna. So now the truck was pointing down that way, right?
Yes.
It's going that way.
Yes.
So the truck went down, hit the retaining wall,
Yep.
and flipped over on its side.
Yes.
And at that point, you're thinking, how am I going to get this thing out of here? And you brought out a tow truck guy, and he's like, well, I'm just going to get a Bobcat and drag it up the driveway.
He's going to drag the whole thing
He's
up
going to drag
the
it
driveway.
right up. Yeah, and your neighbor, thankfully,
Terry,
heard that.
yep,
and
Terry.
he said, we're not doing that. So he's got some heavy equipment, and they came over and lifted up the whole truck and brought it out of the driveway across the street and set it down in the grass.
Yeah.
That's what saved your bacon. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
That's
It
what
didn't.
saved
I didn't.
this
He
truck.
had the truck on chains, lifted it up with his. What do you call those? It's like a tractor, right?
Like a pedibone or something. I don't know.
Lifted it up and brought it all the way up the driveway. It was like 2 feet off the ground. Just lifted it up, didn't hit the ground at all. Brought it over to the grass. Once we flipped it onto the grass, it started moving again. So we had to go grab some retaining wall bricks and put it in front of the tires so they wouldn't move. And we let it sit for about 24 hours, and then the next day turned it right up, and the thing fired. No issues with the engine. The only fluids that we lost was the diff fluid. That was all over the driveway and it smelled really bad. But other than that, everything was there.
Did you get more diff fluid in there?
Yeah, I threw it in there afterwards. Changed the oil out, diff fluid.
Can we take it for a drive?
How does it still run?
It runs pretty good. Yeah. So how does it feel to be driving it again?
Oh, I don't know if I remember. We're still in first gear, Dad.
I know.
Gotta get all the... Oh, yeah. Just 1 second. It's nice. Look how clear that windshield is.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
Oh, man.
It's brand new.
I miss driving this, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of fun. It's slow, but it's still fun to drive.
Why is it fun to drive? It just,
I don't know, it's just...
It sits up higher?
One, it's a different truck on the road. Yeah, it's nice to be in a truck.
Yep.
It's a manual, you know, it's a little bit more challenge, right? It's a challenge other than just going and automatic. But it's running really nice. I feel really close up there.
It's smooth.
This thing is no speedster, you know? And that's what people aren't used to nowadays. It's like everyone can get up to 80 pretty quick. This thing will take a hot second.
Are you saying this won't go 80? Sorry.
It actually won't. It tops out at like 65.
For real?
For real.
This might be a good race between this and the Nomad. Because the Nomad is like the slowest car.
Is it actually? I'm gonna turn
right
around
now,
at the
I'm not sure. You know, it's got a 265 in there, dual exhaust, but it's only got a 2-barrel carburetor, and it needs some
work.
It needs something. I don't know. It's pretty bad. But I just barely got it driving now, so it needs a lot of work.
We should race it one of these days.
Sure. That would be humiliating if you beat me.
I don't know. It might be at that point all of depending on the driver, right?
Oh, it depends on the driver?
Yeah, I think at that point.
So you're pretty confident then
that this can beat it?
No, that the driver for driver.
Oh, yeah. Driver for driver, yes.
You can take me?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not good off the light, you know. Yeah, I just want this thing going, that's all.
You don't have
as long as I don't kill it at the light,
you don't have a good 60-foot time, but
no.
But you're gonna make it up.
I'm telling you, this thing tops off at 65. Like it's at probably pretty close to 3,000 RPMs at 65.
Really?
Yes. It will outlast just about any vehicle on the road right now. You know?
You mean for
300,000 miles you can get on this vehicle and it can still run.
Yeah. Provided you change your oil, right?
No, not even that.
No.
All you gotta do is add oil. That's it. Same filter. Yep, just keep the same filter, right?
Just keep adding oil.
Yep, just add oil.
Never change it, just add oil.
Never change it, just add.
Oh my gosh.
Dangerous.
I did not train this child right.
No, I can. I'll change it. We got you too.
I want to thank you guys all for watching our road trip to North Carolina. We're going to be heading back to Minnesota this week, and we'll give you an update when Jenny's finished with the truck. Be sure to click subscribe, help a guy out, and thank you very much.